Welcome to Puzzle with Emilia, that's me, and happy Jigsaw Puzzle Month. As you know, there is the national, or I would call it International Jigsaw Puzzle Day coming up, and because of that we have come up with some fellow puzzle YouTubers, a challenge that fits for everybody who loves jigsaw puzzles. So we have this 3-in-1 puzzling challenge, and we have some YouTubers collaborating with it, including myself. We have Sandra, we have Dan, we have Kat, we have Sue, and extra credits of course for Sandra, who originated the idea. But what is the challenge? Let's talk about first 3 points what the challenge is not. You may wonder why, but you will hear it now. First to mention, this challenge is not about speed puzzling. There's so many speed puzzling challenges around, and I think Sandra had a perfect idea that, we want to do something that it's not speed puzzling. And of course, myself, I'm very much guilty of doing a lot of speed puzzling challenges. And the second thing is that for this challenge, you don't actually have to buy a new puzzle when you want to participate. And I'm gonna tell you how to participate a little bit later. But this is a good thing because you can participate with the existing puzzle, so it's not kind of like, hey, there's the link, you must go and buy this kind of thing. So of course you can always buy a new one, like I just did yesterday. But it's up to you. And then the third thing is that please go check the other YouTubers' channels, subscribe, go and see their videos about this challenge, because I can tell you we all have different puzzles. Well, I don't know for 100% sure because we haven't coordinated what puzzle each one is choosing, but I'm pretty sure we all have a different puzzle. So it's gonna be kind of like the same challenge but different type of videos with different kind of puzzles, and I think that's very interesting. So what is the challenge? Here it is. So we have this kind of 3-to-3 grid with different kind of prompts. So at least in my mind this works a little bit similar to bingo. So from the grid you basically choose one row either across, down, diagonally, that one, and you find one puzzle that have all the prompts from the chosen row. And then you complete the puzzle. And of course you can always do this just on your own. You can comment below what puzzle did you do, what was your row. You can share on your social media. We also have a hashtag for this, which is 3-in-1 puzzling challenge. So feel free to share if you have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatsoever. We're happy to share those. I'll put all our collaborating YouTubers channels there, and also Instagram handles, so you can tag us to your participation. Let's see the puzzle that I chose. I put here multiple just in case, so you cannot guess it too early. But the chosen puzzle for me is this one. So I chose this 1000-piece puzzle from Ravensburger. It's called a Campside. It's from the catalog of maybe 2019. 2019. And I've actually done this before, so this is from my existing collection. I have a little story because this is pretty much actually the first puzzle that I had or got in my adulthood that got me started to do puzzles just less than 2 years ago. But I will tell you about that after we got this puzzle done. But let's see what was my actual challenge row for this one. So we have a body of a water. We have this kind of lake-ish. If you ask me, we have 2 doors. Here we have a door of the van and we have a door of a tent, maybe? Okay, and then we have a color red. Well, you could argue if this is an orange, but this is definitely red, this is definitely red. So I have the first upper row going across. But let's do this puzzle and then discuss about a little bit about my story time and how did I actually got into doing jigsaw puzzles. Okay, I thought it would make more sense to have kind of story time while we watch building this puzzle. I'm probably gonna go a little bit back and forth, you know, commenting what I'm doing and then telling this random stories. I don't even know what I'm gonna tell. Oh, by the way, I don't know why this, like, even though there's a lot of nature in this puzzle, it feels like it has much more also like colors than what it shows in this video. I think it's more like related to the lighting. Oh yeah, and of course I'm starting with the most colorful parts. We already have something red and the door of the tent as well here. But at least now we can also have the door of the van. And what else did I have? But I think the lake is coming a little bit later, but we have red and we have a door. Anyway, the story time, because this indeed was my first puzzle during my adulthood that got me kind of like started. I don't have anything cool, like super interesting story. To be honest, it was just 2022. I think it was May. So Ravensburger sent me puzzles and puzzle math. I think they kind of like gifted. It was like a PR gift through some agency or so. They sent me this puzzle. Then I think there was the vintage still life 500 piece, and my only 3,000 piece puzzle that has like a postal stamps with animals or something. Doesn't even fit into this table. So I got those, and this is the first one I did because it kind of fits perfectly on this table. And I don't know, I just did it. I wasn't really interested in puzzle at that time too much, but I remember I was quite stressed with work. I had some trauma customers. Well, I always do have. So I was kind of like doing the puzzles I got, you know, just to relax, wind down. I think this is actually a puzzle. Well, obviously I wasn't buying puzzles back then, but I don't think I would have specifically bought this type of puzzle. I don't usually like sceneries. I don't think even in this day I would actually buy it. But I have to say, this puzzle is much more fun than it looks. Like, I've done this now, I think this is my third or fourth time. It's so much fun. This is actually one of my favorite puzzles. And yeah, anyway, that was the case. I don't think I really got into puzzles after doing those. I mean, of course, it was a great way to relax. I think we went on a road trip later that year in August. Could have been that year. No, maybe not a road trip. Maybe that was year before. It was some kind of vacation, and I think from the vacation I bought more puzzles. I think maybe one or two. I did those. I did a couple there and there until the end of the year. You know, more like as a souvenirs. I bought them. And then you know the rest of the story, which is that I started doing puzzles basically every week as it turned to 2023, and then I figured out the speed puzzling because I started the Instagram and somebody recommended me, and you know, the rest is history. That's basically the story. You know what I just realized from this puzzle? That I actually may have also a double bingo because there is also the middle down row, which the lowest thing said, the downest thing, lowest, that the image has a pet. And we do have a pet. There's a dog sitting next to the person with the oranges jacket. And also the middle prompt says that something, like a hobby that it's something else than doing puzzles, of course. So this is kind of like a nature camp vibes. And you know, I wouldn't say I'm a camper girl, but obviously I live in Finland and we literally live here in the middle of the forest, woods, even though I live in the metropolitan area. So I think from the up road looking in, I actually hang around in the nature and do nature stuff. So I could say I have a double bingo, but of course Finnish people would not probably agree, so it depends who you ask. But at least I have one bingo, and yeah, the puzzle is about to be finished. This was just so much fun. I love it. I love it. The puzzle is ready, and I hope you enjoyed my little commentary / story time while I was doing it. I think it was a better solution to do it that way. So we won't be still watching this video tomorrow. Yeah, this was my take on the challenge. Please go and check out the other videos from my fellow puzzle YouTubers and also participate. So here's the grid, here's the instructions, and the hashtag you can use is 3-in-1 puzzling challenge. You can also tag us in social media, and at least I'm happy to share your participation. You can also comment below what was your row and what was your puzzle. I would love to know. If somebody's really interested, this took me around 3.5 hours to do. And yeah, that was my take on this challenge. And once again, I wish you very happy Jigsaw puzzle month, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!